Have you ever noticed how some women over 50 wear simple outfits that somehow look expensive, polished, and effortlessly elegant, while you wear similar pieces and feel off? The difference isn't the clothes, it's not the price tag. It's a quiet proportion rule that changes everything, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your wardrobe the same way again. Because elegance after 50 isn't about what you wear. It's about how the pieces speak to each other. There's a particular frustration that settles in after 50. You look at your closet full of beautiful pieces, each one lovely on its own, but when you put them together, something feels wrong. Too bottom-heavy, too boxy, somehow shapeless despite everything fitting. And you start to wonder if maybe you've lost your eye for style. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Your eye is fine. Your body hasn't failed you. What's changed is that the proportion rules that worked at 30 no longer serve the woman you've become. Your frame has shifted. Your presence has deepened. And now you need a different language of balance, not rules borrowed from fashion magazines, but wisdom that honors your body exactly as it is. Today, I'm sharing the one proportion principle that elegant women over 50 understand instinctively, along with 7 practical ways to apply it using the clothes already in your wardrobe. This isn't about buying new pieces or following trends. This is about understanding visual balance, creating harmony between top and bottom, and finally feeling like your outfits make sense again. So if you've felt confused about what flatters you anymore, if getting dressed has become guesswork instead of confidence, this is your roadmap home. Let's discover your most elegant proportions together. The golden rule. Here's what changes after 50 that transforms everything about getting dressed. Your body's visual weight shifts. Even if your actual weight hasn't changed significantly, where you carry it has. Your shoulders may narrow slightly. Your middle softens. Your hips settle differently. And this is when most women make the critical mistake. They try to match proportion everywhere. Fitted top with fitted bottom, or loose top with loose bottom. But the secret that creates true elegance is this: balance volume, never match it. If your top has ease and flow, your bottom must be more structured. If your bottom is voluminous and soft, your top must have definition. Think of your silhouette as a conversation between 2 parts that should complement each other, not echo. When both halves shout, there's chaos. When both whisper, you disappear. But when one speaks clearly while the other listens, that's when elegance emerges. This is the foundation of every elegant outfit you'll ever wear. First application, the fitted flowing formula. Let's make this practical. A fitted turtleneck, something that skims your body without clinging, paired with wide-leg trousers that flow from hip to floor. The top defines your shoulders and shows that yes, you have shape. The bottom creates graceful movement and vertical length. Together, they create balance. Your eye sees structure above, ease below, and the whole silhouette makes sense. Or reverse it. A flowing silk tunic with gentle gathering at the shoulder, paired with slim ankle pants that show your shoes. The top creates soft, feminine volume. The bottom anchors with sleek definition. Neither piece is trying to do everything. Each has its role. And when you understand this fitted flowing conversation, getting dressed becomes instantly easier. You stop reaching for matched sets and start creating balanced pairs. A structured blazer with a soft midi skirt, an easy cardigan with tailored trousers, always one fitted, one flowing, always balanced, never matched. Second application, the 1/3, 2/3 secret. Here's a proportion rule borrowed from classical art that transforms how women over 50 should think about outfit balance. Divide your body into thirds, and let one element occupy two of them. Not half and half, which can make you look shorter and wider, but 1/3, 2/3, which creates visual length and elegance. A longer top that ends at mid-thigh paired with trousers creates a 1/3 top, 2/3 bottom proportion. A shorter top that ends at the natural waist paired with high-waisted wide-leg pants creates the opposite, 2/3 top, 1/3 bottom when you factor in the visual line. The magic happens because the eye travels along the longer proportion, creating vertical movement. You look taller, more graceful, like you understand something about visual balance that others are missing. Try this tomorrow. Instead of wearing a standard length top with standard pants, choose a tunic length top or a cropped jacket. Notice how suddenly your proportions feel intentional instead of accidental. Third application, understand your new hip line. After 50, your natural waist rises slightly and your hip line becomes your most important proportion point. Not your waist where you think it should be, but where your body actually curves now. This is typically somewhere between your natural waist and your low hip, and it's where your eye naturally lands when looking at your silhouette. Here's how to honor it. Choose tops that end either well above this line or well below it. Never exactly at it, because that creates a harsh horizontal cut right at your widest point. A cropped jacket that ends above your hip creates length below. A long cardigan that falls past your hip creates a sweeping vertical line. But a top that ends exactly at your hip, it draws a line precisely where you don't want attention. This isn't about hiding. It's about understanding where to place visual punctuation. When you master this, even your existing wardrobe starts working better because you're finally honoring your body's actual proportions instead of the ones you remember. Fourth application, the power of the asymmetric hemline. Here's something elegant women discover. After 50, matching hemlines can make you look boxy and undefined. But asymmetric hemlines, where your layers end at different places, create movement, interest, and length. A long vest over a shorter top over trousers. 3 distinct hemlines, creating 3 distinct moments of proportion. An open cardigan that falls longer than the dress beneath it. 2 hemlines that create depth instead of flatness. The secret is that each hemline gives the eye somewhere to travel. Instead of stopping abruptly at one horizontal line, your silhouette invites the eye to move up and down, discovering layers and length. This creates the illusion of height, even if you're petite. It creates the impression of thoughtfulness, even if you got dressed in 5 minutes. Because asymmetric proportions always look more sophisticated than matched ones. Always more intentional, always more refined. Fifth application, balance your shoe height with your hemline. This is subtle, but it changes everything. The height of your shoe must balance the weight of your hemline. A heavy, floor-length palazzo pant with a flat ballet shoe makes you look overwhelmed by fabric. But pair that same pant with a heeled bootie or wedge, and suddenly you have presence. Your shoe gives you enough height to carry the volume. Similarly, a delicate midi skirt with a chunky sneaker looks confused. But pair it with a sleek loafer or low block heel, and the proportions harmonize. After 50, you're not wearing heels to look taller, you're choosing heel height to balance your overall silhouette. Sometimes that's a flat, sometimes it's a 2-inch block heel. Sometimes it's a wedge that gives you lift without discomfort. But always, your shoe choice should be in conversation with your hemline. When they're balanced, your whole outfit makes sense. When they're not, even the most expensive pieces look wrong. Sixth application, create proportion with color blocking. Here's how color creates or destroys proportion. A single color from head to toe creates one long, unbroken line, elegant, but sometimes overwhelming. But strategic color blocking creates deliberate proportion. A cream top with charcoal trousers creates a clear division that defines your silhouette. A camel sweater with black pants creates visual balance that's classic and timeless. The key is this: place your lighter color where you want attention, your darker color where you want visual weight. Light on top draws the eye to your face and shoulders. Dark on top and light below can feel bottom-heavy unless your top has beautiful texture or detail. Most elegant women default to light or bright near the face, dark below, because it creates balance that feels natural. Not a rule, but a guide. When you understand how color affects proportion, you can manipulate your silhouette without changing your body at all. Seventh application: the principle of visual weight. This is the final, most sophisticated understanding of proportion. Every fabric, every texture, every color has visual weight. Chunky knit sweaters have more visual weight than silk blouses, even if they're the same size. Dark colors have more weight than pastels. Busy patterns have more weight than solids. And after 50, you must balance visual weight as carefully as you balance volume. A heavy cable knit cardigan demands lightweight trousers, perhaps linen or silk. A structured wool blazer needs an easy, flowing dress beneath. When you pair two visually heavy pieces together, you look weighed down. When you pair two visually light pieces, you risk looking insubstantial. But when you balance heavy with light, a chunky sweater with delicate silk pants, a substantial coat over a fine knit dress, you create proportion that feels both grounded and elegant. This is the wisdom that takes years to develop, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Understanding proportion after 50 isn't about following rules someone else created for a different body. It's about developing your eye, learning to see your silhouette as a whole rather than separate pieces. Noticing when something feels balanced and when it feels off, and trusting that feeling. Because your body knows. It knows when proportions are wrong, even if your mind can't articulate why. And now you have the language. Now you understand that elegance isn't about having a perfect body. It's about creating perfect proportion with the body you have. Fitted, balanced with flowing. 1/3 balanced with 2/3. Hemlines that create asymmetric interest. Shoes that carry your hemline. Color that creates deliberate definition. Visual weight that grounds without overwhelming. These aren't restrictions, they're tools. And in your hands, they become the difference between getting dressed and getting dressed beautifully. If today's video helped you see proportion with new clarity, if you finally understand why some outfits feel right and others feel wrong, I'd be honored to have you join this community of women who are rediscovering timeless elegance. We're not chasing youth or following trends. We're learning the quiet wisdom that makes style effortless at any age. Subscribe to continue this journey together, because you deserve to feel confident every time you get dressed. You deserve outfits that make visual sense, that honor your body, that create the elegant proportions you've been searching for. And that understanding? It begins right here, with these principles that change everything.